YouTube Global Media Productions. Finally back with another deck profile. It's been a while. I've had camera troubles mainly, finding a camera that works. I had been using my phone mainly, but then I broke that phone, so then I've been trying to find a camera, but then I've been having lots of trouble just memory cards not working and not being able to transfer the videos onto my computer, stuff like that. But I am back. I have another deck profile, Despots. I've been playing Despots for about a few weeks since the BOSH sneak peek. I had Pepe fully built for the pre-BOSH, but the deck got too expensive for my tastes. Well, I mean, I would play it and I would spend the money if I had the money, but I don't, so I'm not playing it because sorcerers are like 60s. But so I put that aside until maybe I'll get the opportunity to do that sometime soon. But I picked up Despots. They're really fun. I'm thinking of liking them better than Pepe. Um, it's just a lot of fun. Making big beat sticks out of everything is just really nice. But I'll get on with the profile. So first off, for your monsters, you have one copy of Despot One. He's not really that good because you can't pendulum summon him since he's a level 1, which really sucks. He's a tuner, which is nice. It helps you make all your synchro plays. And then his effect is he gains 500 attack and defense. Attack and defense for each despot card you control. Machine type monster you control. I'm sorry. For every machine type monster you control. So he can go up to 3k with a full field of 5 machines. And he counts for himself too. So on normal summon, if you have no other machines, he's 1,000 already. And then if he's in the graveyard and you special summon 2 or more machine type monsters at the same time, you can special summon him from the graveyard, which is really nice. So that you have a lot of ways of special summoning 2 at the same time, which you can machine dupe, or if you pendulum summon or something like that, you can just special summon him, and that's a free synchro play or a free 2k beater. So only one. It clogs it more than 2. I found myself missing a second one a lot, but I know it's gonna clog if I play 2 from testing, so I'm keeping it at 1. Then I have 3 Despot 2s, the one ugly common, but he's your consistency of the deck. So when he's special summoned, he searches a Despot card from your deck, and then all other machine type monsters you control except for it gain 500 attack. So it doesn't count itself like Despot 1, which is a shame, but it's cool. So if you have all 3 out there, 15. But you have a lot of ways of special summoning him. You can special summon him off of 3. You can special summon off of 2. Special summon him off of 5. Special summon him off of Jet. You can pendulum summon it. You can summon it off of Machine Dupe or whatever. So this adds a lot of consistency to the deck. So 3, that's always a must. 3 Despot 3s, 3 special summons from deck. Special summoning from the deck is like really, really, really good for any deck, and especially it's such a low cost of a normal summon. So when he's normal summon, you special summon a Despot monster from your deck. Most of the time, you're going to be special summoning 2 to search out whatever you need, maybe a pendulum scale or a 4, so you can follow up with a play next turn, or a 5 if you need to pop a back row or something. And then his other effect is during either player's turn, you can target a Despot monster you control, including himself, and then it gains 500 attack for each Despot card you control. So you can make one of your Despots go up to like over 4k. I've made a Despot. I've had a full field of 5 Despots and 2 pendulum zones, and then I've made Despot 3 pump up a Despot 1, and he was over 6,000 attacks. So that was really, really nice. So Despot 3 is like one of the best ones. Then the absolute best Despot is 3 Despot 4. 4, when it battles during either player's turn, so if it's attacked or is attacked during damage calculation, so that means your opponent can't chain honest. So like if you attack over a Forerunner, they can't like chain honest to its effect, so they'd have to do it before, and then he just pump himself up even more. But so when it battles during damage calculation, you send a Despot monster from your deck to the graveyard, and it bumps his attack up times the level of the sent monster times 500. And then your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of the turn. So you can attack with all your other stuff, and then attack with him and beat over something and use its effect. And then his other effect is when it kills a monster by battle, you can special summon 2 despots with different levels from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Um, so you can like special summon a 5 pop a back row, or you can special summon the 2 that you need for your plays, um, or other things. And another thing to note is that if you have Despot 1 in your graveyard while you activate his effect to special summon 2, you cannot activate Despot 1's effects to special summon itself because you're still in damage calculation, and that won't be able to activate. So 3 Despot 4s, and then the best pendulum is 3 Despot 5s. It's a 10 scale. Its pendulum effect is the pendulum effect that all Despot pendulums control. Share is that you can only pendulum summon Despots, and then that effect cannot be negated. So it's like Cleforts or what else plays that? I don't know. But its effect is if it's normal or special summoned, you can pop a spell or trap card on the field. So that's any of them. So you can like say one is in your pendulum zone and you like special summon it. Then you can pop this. So you can pop itself to activate its second effect, which is when it's in the destroyed one, the pendulum zone, you can special summon a Despot monster from your graveyard. So that's really nice. It's really good for recovery and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Honestly, this is the best pendulum. I wish all of them were as good as 5. Then you have 3 Despot 6. Most people play 2. I like it at 3. So it's a 1 scale. It shares the same pendulum effect in that you can't special pendulum summon except for Despots. And then if it's normal special summon, you get to change the battle position of a monster your opponent controls. All right. It's on the field, so you can change anything to defense, which is really relevant if you want to change something on your side. It gains 500 attack for each monster in each face-up pendulum Despot in your extra deck. And then when it's destroyed while in the pendulum zone, you can add a Despot back from your graveyard to your hand. So that's really nice. You can just pop it with anything, really. So 3 of that. Then the rest of the pendulums are meh. Despot 7 is the 3rd best pendulum. He's your level 7, 10 scale. Same pendulum effect as all the other ones. He gains 500 attack for each Despot card in your graveyard, and then your opponent can attack Despot monsters with attacks except for them. So if you have 2 on the field, they can't attack any of them, which is nice, I guess, if you manage to summon out 2 at a time. Let's see, what else does he do? He does piercing, which is cool. The reason you're playing 2 of this, even though it doesn't advance your game state, it has a really convenient level for making an Ignister with where is it? With Despot 1. Despot 1 opens up so many plays. So you can just like pendulum summon this, normal summon this, or if it's in your graveyard, you pendulum summon multiple things, including this, then special summon that, make an Ignister, and then you do some cool plays. So you play 2 of that mainly because you can make Ignister really easily. Then you play 1/8. That's the last pendulum. 8's really not as great as 7, so he's the worst out of all the pendulums. Its effect is the same as all the other ones for the pendulum effect, and then it gains 500 attack for each Despot card in your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Despot monsters with effects, monster effects, except for that one. And then it can attack twice. The attacking twice is okay. Late game, it's cool. You can attack twice on monsters only. But it doesn't have a convenient level like 7 does to make an easy Ignister. You can't really make anything like really, really good with it. So you just play it basically for a name. Oh, another cool thing that you can do with 7 is something that I've done before is late game. I had a bunch of Despots in my graveyard. So he was at a really high attack. He was like 35. Or 35, 40, 45, something like that. So then I pendulum summoned both of these. I activated 6's effect, targeting an Ignister my opponent controlled, and changed it to defense. And then I swung over the Ignister with this, and then it did 4,000 piercing damage, and then won me the game. So that's pretty cool. Then I'm playing 1 Birdman. Birdman is for Trish. Like, you can make Trish with just a lot of stuff. It really helps with making Trish, which is nice. And then I'm maining 2 max Cs because it's good against everything. Then for spells, 3 upstarts to really help with drawing cards so you can get to your combo pieces and win faster. The 1,000 life isn't really that big of a deal because like all your guys can become huge beat sticks. Then 3 machine dupe. Machine dupe is honestly like the best card in the deck. It's completely nuts. So the combos with this card are amazing. So what you can do is obviously you can machine dupe uh, deskbot 2. You can machine dupe that. Um, you go like normal summon it and then activate this, and then you get 2 more, and then you do all your searching. Or you can go 3 special summon 5 pop a back row, machine dupe the 5, special summon 2 more copies of 5, and then you use 3's effect, bumping itself up to 25. Then you can overlay these for if I had an infinity, I would do this. I would overlay these 2 into Nova and then put infinity on top of that. So then you'd have infinity in a 25 meter. And then you can also just normal summon this, then machine dupe it, and then, so you have 3. But other than that, those are some of the few combos that you can do. You can also like summon that, and then what's it called? Dupe that, and then you have 3 of these, and then they can target each other, so they all be a really high attack. If you had 2 other monsters, so that's pretty cool. So those are just some of the cool interactions that Machine Dupe has with the deck. Then only 2 Wavering Eyes. The reason I'm not playing more is because you're not a completely pendulum based deck like Magicians or Pepe are. So I side the 3rd for those matchups specifically, but you only need 2 for yourself and in game 1, or it's going to clog at 3 because you don't have enough scales to consistently keep doing it. So you just play the 2 because it's nice when you want to blow up a 5 or a 6 and then get stuff back. Then I'm playing 2 Lance because 4 is really important, and you want to make sure his attack gets through. So if they like Quaking Mirror Force you or storming Mirror Force or do whatever, things like that, you can just Lance it to protect it to make sure it goes through and you get its effect off to really start you going with your combos. 1 instant fusion. This is good for Norden. You can make the random rank 4 that you need to out anything really random, or I don't know what else can you do. Instant fusion, bring back 1 so you can make a synchro play, or you can Norden summon something out, bounce it back for Birdman, so you have it to pendulum summon or whatever later. It's just 1, so you have the cool interactions sometimes. It comes in clutch. Then 2 Quaking Mirror Forces. These are really good against like everything. Cosmos, Pepe, really, really good. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, flips all of them face down, so they're permanently. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's like all the other mirror forces are meh right now. Like you don't want to add anything back with storming. Blazing is okay. Regular mirror force is just not that great. But then you have a bunch of one-off traps: time space, torrential, emptiness, break your skill for an infinity out, and solemn warning. I don't have any strikes yet, so I'm not playing that. Now for the extra deck, this is going to be changing up a lot coming through the next few weeks as I finish it up and finish play testing, because this is the deck that I'm going to be taking to ARG Richmond in March since it got rescheduled. But so first off, you have 1 Despot Jet. You don't need more than 1. I rarely go into this. I tend to go into Scrap Dragon more. So it's a level 10, a tuner and 1 non-tuner. It gains 500 attack and defense for each Despot card in the field. And then once per turn, you can either I don't even use this card enough to know what it does. So I'm gonna read it. You can target a Despot card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon a Despot monster from your deck. That's nice because you can like summon 2 or 5 pop stuff, and then you can target 1 Despot card you control and a face-up card in the field and destroy them. So That's really good. You can trigger a bunch of your stuff. You can trigger your 5, trigger your 6, or you can just put a 2 in the graveyard to special summon later, or just do whatever you need. So that's really, really good. Then I'm playing one Leo. Leo's in here because it's good against Cosmos. They can't really get over it except for Honest or something if they're still playing it. Um, like I can't even think of a way they can get over it right now. If they're still playing Jirigato, they can get over it, or just side deck stuff. But mainly, like normally, they can't Dark Destroyer it. They can't really beat over it because all their stuff maxes out at 3,000. So this is really good in the Cosmo matchup. The one of Ignister. This card is so clutch. I would play two. I'm considering playing two, but I don't. I really like it at one right now. Because there's like other stuff that you could want to play. Um, but Ignister is really good. You can pop your opponent's pendulum scales and shuffle stuff. You can pop your 5 and then it triggers it, and then you can shuffle your opponent's stuff back. That's really good. Stardust Dragon, that's good against opponents' Ignisters, Wavering Eyes, Raigekis. What else is there that destroys? Cosmo Ships, Dark Destroyer, stuff like that. So it's just really, really good for protection. The one of Scrap Dragon, I go into this more than Jet. I just like it a lot better because it's easier to go into. You just the level 8 pops up more than the level 10, so you can just pop your 5, pop your opponent's cards, and just combo off and make more plays. You have the one Trish. I make this sometimes, rarely, but if I when I do make it, it wins me the game. Because I only make it when it will win me the game. Like if my opponent has like 4 or 5 cards, like one in their hand or like only a few in the field, and I know I can get rid of them, then that's when I'll Trish. One Black Rose Dragon. I never go into this, like ever. I'm really thinking about cutting it out and putting in a Moonlight Rose because I think it would just be better for um, what's it called? For just bouncing stuff and getting rid of stuff. I went into this once just for the level 7, so I could just be cool and make more plays. But other than that, it's not. I've never used it for this effect. One Metaphys Horus. This is honestly one of the best cards in the extra deck. So, since you're playing a Pendulum deck, you can use its Pendulum effect, which means you can take control of monsters your opponent controls. Well, they have to give it to you, which comes up a lot. So I was going against this one kid, and at locals, I summoned this off. He gave me his level 4, and then I exceeded into a Dweller using his level 4 and my Despot 4, and then I made other stuff and I attacked. So I think he was like playing like Burning Abyss or something. So he's no, not Burning Abyss. Can't even think of what he's playing, but I needed Dweller at that moment, and I didn't have 2 level 4s, so I took it with I took his 4 with the Horus, and then I made the Dweller so it wouldn't trigger. One Herald, this is coming out. This card is terrible. I don't even have to explain it. It's just so terrible. I hate it card. I always side it out for stuff that you'll see later. Then the one Naturia Beast, I'm still playing it, even though it's really easy to out. You still kind of like want it just in case. Then the extra deck is one Volcasaurus that's coming out for a Nova. But that's good. I went into it once. I've went into it once so far to pop a thing for game. So that was cool. One Dweller for Cosmos or whatever. Then one Castel for the random level 4s. If you ever make it, you can make it with a Norden if you really need to. Then one Gachi. Gachi was really clutch all day. Just keeping it in defense and making your stuff gain 400 is actually really, really relevant. It made me like win the game a lot faster because of the extra 400 attack. So and then he just chills there and he sits there with 2 materials, and then he can't be killed. So that's really nice. It's just a thing to do with the Despot 2s. But I'm gonna put in a Sky Cavalry Centauria because that's just as good as Gachi. And then you also have the Norden because Norden for the I'll show you guys my side deck. This is what I am currently siding. So I'm siding in 3 Cyber Dragon Dreys and 2 Camera Attack Fortress Dragon. So what this is for the Cyber Dragon Dray, since it's treated as a Cyber Dragon along the graveyard, you can just normal summon it, and then you can Chimera attack your opponent's stuff. So this was really relevant in the mirror match, because I played the mirror at locals. So you just summon. I top decked this, summoned it, and then I had a deskbot on the field, and then he also had like a full field of despots, and then I wiped away all of them and then summoned this and attacked for a game. So that was really good. It's also good against Cosmo. Really good. I've had this sided against me a lot versus Pepe. So what I do to combat that is when I know that I'm playing Pepe and I've seen them siding it in, like especially in game 3, I'll try and end my turn with fields that don't have a lot of machine type monsters. So I'll end it with like um, pendulum monsters because pendulum monsters cannot be hit with this. And then just a bunch of other stuff like exceeds and stuff that aren't machines. Then one flying C, just it's there. I didn't really need it. Then 2 space. These would be twin twisters when I get them. That's for just back row. The third wavering eyes for the magician and Pepe is the 2 iron walls for Cosmos. The rivalries for everything because this card is so good right now. And then the 2 grand horns for Pepe's and magicians if people start playing magicians. So that's it for my deck profile, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Since I'm back, I have had a lot of time to plan quite a few deck profiles, so make sure to stay tuned for those. And thank you guys so much for watching.